obviously this show is stemmed around autism.
Hmm.
I promote autism awareness, the
Yeah.
foundation, and you told me that you started with autism in 2008. You graduated from the University of Michigan,
Yeah.
psychology. How'd you get into autism?
I just kind of fell into it. I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my degree when I graduated, and a family friend of ours works with special needs kids, and so she found an opportunity at the Hope Center here in Michigan, and I volunteered there for 6 months. Started to really like it. Started to really be good at it. It's basically a place where you work one-on-one with children with
Yeah.
autism. So I kind of learned behavioral psychology, behavioral therapy for children's psychology. Eventually, I became employed by them after 6 months, and then I just it kind of grew from there. I made the decision to move out to Los Angeles, just not necessarily related to the field or anything, but behavioral psychology was kind of on the cutting edge there 10 years ago. So I moved out there in 2009, 2010, and basically was a behavioral therapist for 4 or 5 years out there, and it's just something that I was naturally really good at. I've always kind of wanted to work with children. I feel like I have kind of a special connection with them, and to kind of be a special needs therapist there, I thought was something that was really giving a lot of value to the community, more so than maybe just a babysitter would necessarily.
Being here in Michigan, you'd be in LA, California for a while. Did you notice a difference of maybe autism there? I'm not saying autism is different, but maybe the way they handled it, or maybe the way they saw it. Was it more open? Is here or
Um, yeah, that's a good question. I think maybe a little bit more accepted in Los Angeles, at least at the time. Obviously, awareness is growing by the day. But yeah, I think since I'm mostly working in the homes of the families, I didn't really necessarily see a bunch of in the community and how it affects the families when they're out at the grocery store or running errands, things like that.
yeah?
But those are also some things that we did kind of try to work on, because it's something that's it's a big step for some kids, is being out in public, being around other people, and behaving. And it's it, yeah, it's tough for the family. It's tough for the children, because a lot of them don't have that aspect of communication that's necessary for social events. I found it kind of interesting coming back to Michigan 10 years later, and noticing the differences between when I left and when I came back. And there's definitely more acceptance and more really knowledge about the whole
Yeah.
situation.
So when you came back to Michigan, did you stay working in that field or?
No, I kind of phased out of it after about 4 or 5 years in California. Part of it was because of the opportunity I got with Pride of Detroit. Part of it was just it's a tough job. It really is.
Yeah.
And I see the exhaustion on some parents, and I really kind of understood that after being in the field for so long. And it's something that I always have considered going back to if I need to, if I get the itch, so to speak. Just at the time, it started to kind of wear on my own mental health a little bit, just because it's an
It is
exhausting
hard. I'm
thing.
a
And
parent, so I
yeah,
understand. Yeah.
and you have to learn to take little victories sometimes, because the progress with some of these children are slow, and it's different along the whole spectrum.
Yeah.
Some are obviously high functioning, and you can make a lot of progress in a small amount of time. Other times you just kind of have to take it incrementally. And so I just found it at the time, I wasn't quite ready to handle it full time, and so I decided to kind of phase away from it for now. And like I said, it's something that I always consider potentially going back to.
If you or your family is touched by autism, learn more about Fredi's foundation at #PopTheTab at FrediThePizzaMan.com. That's FREDI, thepizzaman.com, or email FrediThePizzaman at gmail.com.